Hi everyone, my name's Courtney and welcome to the Cricut 101 series where we're going to be walking you through different unboxings for Cricut machines and beginning projects. Basically what we want to do is make it easy for you to start crafting. We know that many of you probably have received a Cricut machine recently, or maybe you have your eye on one for your Christmas or holiday wish list, and we want to make things as simple and easy as possible for you. So over the next several weeks, we are going to be unboxing machines, doing starter projects for you, walking you through basically how to get going and crafting with your Cricut. So feel free to leave comments and let's get going. So today we're going to be unboxing our newest machine, which is our Cricut Joy. We're so excited about it. It launched earlier this year, and if you haven't seen it, you are in for a treat. So first and foremost, let's get this baby open. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little handy dandy True Control knife here to cut all of the stickers on it. And we also have someone answering comments as we go, so again, feel free to ask any questions that you would like. Okay, so when we first open the box, you can see here that we have our Cricut machine. Cute little thing that it is. So we're going to open this up. It has a saran wrap on it. Also inside the box is a little envelope. I'm going to set that aside for now. And then at the very bottom, if you can see it all the way at the bottom there, is our cord and a pen. So go ahead and set that aside for now. Okay, let's open this machine up. I'm going to get the saran wrap off of it, just to carefully cut that off. It's so shiny and new. Now, if you've received one of these recently and you've been wondering what you're going to make with it, you better subscribe to our channel so that you can get all of the info on how to make things and how to do different projects. Okay, so when you first unwrap it, here's what you've got. I'm going to open this up. There's no buttons to open it. You literally just open it up like that. There's a little film here, and we're going to go ahead and remove that. We don't need that on there. Okay, I'm going to set that down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug in my cord here so that we can start going. So that's what you do first. Really simple. Just make sure you take it out of the box, get it unplugged. That is and get it plugged in. That is step one. I definitely, for those of you that have had a machine and had it in the box for months to years, I feel ya. It's definitely can be intimidating to know where to start, and so that's why we're doing this series for you. So feel free to ask any questions that you have so that we can get you going. Okay, so I've got that plugged in, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this envelope here that says "Open Me." I think I will. Okay, we're going to open this up. And inside, we have a lovely little booklet that says, "Let's get started." This is going to walk us through setting up our machine. So you're going to want to start there. But just so that you can see what else is in this envelope, I'm going to go through that right now. I'm going to set this down here. You're going to get a piece of cardstock for testing projects later. Some of our smart vinyl. And a standard grip mat. Also inside the envelope, you'll find the warranty and safety instructions, so make sure you hold on to that as well. Okay, so back to the let's get started. This booklet is going to tell you exactly how to set up your machine. So we're going to go ahead and get going, and it's telling me to go to cricut.com/setup. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my computer screen here so that you can see what I'm doing. And okay, so we're going to go to Cricut .com/setup. Okay, and it's going to take me here. Now you'll notice that it's for design space for my computer, and if you don't have a Mac, then you'll have it for a different type of computer software. You can either open if you already have downloaded Design Space. Design Space is our designing software where you can create different projects and then send it to the machine to cut. For those of you that don't know what Design Space is, and there are going to be, there are a ton of videos on our YouTube channel for Cricut, official Cricut, that show you how to use Design Space, the ins and outs to get you going and get you creating. So I already have Design Space on my computer, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up. It's going to be right here. And if it doesn't open up immediately, you can go over here to the side and go to New Machine Setup. But it should open up and you'll be able to choose what you're wanting to set up. You can set up a smart cutting machine, or you can set up one of our easy presses. We're going to be doing a smart cutting machine, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. And then I have Joy, Maker, or the Explore family, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Joy. And now it's telling me how to prepare my workspace. So I want to make sure that I have enough space behind my machine that whatever I put through it isn't going to get jammed up against a wall and ruin my project. So give your safe space in there on your desk or your table or your ottoman or wherever you have it. Then I need to find an outlet. I already have done that. Check on that. Give my cord some space here so it doesn't get caught up in anything. And you want to make sure that it's powered on. I'm going to just switch views real quick so I can show you what it looks like when it's on. You'll see that there is a light right here at the top, and that's how you know it's on. If I unplug my machine, that light is going to go off. Plug it back in, and it's on. So there's no on-off button on your Cricut Joy. In fact, there are no buttons at all. So everything is done either through our Design Space software or through plugging in the machine. So now let's go back to the computer. And we'll go to our next step. And it's to do Bluetooth. So select Cricut Joy. And I'm going to look on the bottom. In fact, let me show you here where it's at. Sorry, we're doing a lot of back and forth here of where to show you everything. I want to make sure you guys don't miss a single thing. And we'll try and get it over here. Give me 2 seconds while I get this to, there we go. Sometimes running software by yourself can be a little bit daunting. And that goes for pretty much any type of software, so including Cricut, so we're going to walk you through it, just like I said. Okay, so on the bottom of your machine, there's actually going to be a number. You can't really see it, but I'm showing you kind of where to find it. It says Joy, and then 7B70 for mine. So I'm going to go ahead and look that up. You may need to go into your Bluetooth settings and look for that particular name. Okay, so if I go back to the computer screen here, and you'll see that I have a lot of Joy machines that I have connected to my computer. Needless to say, I have unboxed just a few. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the one the number correlates with the machine that I'm using. And now I'm going to press continue. So now it's going to look to see if there are any software updates. And it looks like there are some software updates, so I'm going to go ahead and click update. And it is going to run through those updates. So it's telling me to stay connected. So while we're waiting for it to update, I'm going to go ahead and come back here and see if we have any questions in our YouTube chat here. Looks like we have a couple of people saying hello. Oh, and someone said the audio was low. We've adjusted it a little bit, so hopefully you can hear me now. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions you want. This machine is great, a great small machine. So if you have it or you're thinking about getting one, then I would highly recommend it because it's a great machine. So that sound, if you can hear it, makes me know that we are ready to go, that it's been updated. So let's go back to the screen here. And I'm going to go ahead and click next. And I'm going to register my machine to my Cricut ID. Now, I already have a Cricut ID set up, but if you need to, you can, it'll either say set up a Cricut ID if you don't already have one, or you can say that's not mine and set up a real one. So I'm going to go ahead and agree to the terms and conditions, use that Cricut ID, and I'm going to register. So success! I've successfully registered my machine. So from here, it's going to ask if you want your trial of Cricut Access. You definitely want to hit yes on that. So start my trial. And then you would put in all of the information you need for that. So I'm going to go ahead and just click maybe later right now. Okay, from here we're going to get to our first test cut. So I'm going to click one of these. Which one shall it be? I think I'm going to do the bear. So I'm going to go ahead and click next now. All this is really easy. So I'm going to be switching back and forth between the computer screen and the Joy so that you can see what's happening. Right now this is asking me to prepare my cut. So if we switch back to the front view, you'll see that you have your little clamp here and your, we call this a blade housing, and it has a little plunger on top. If I push that, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it has a blade inside it. That's our Joy blade. I'm going to just make sure that it has a blade in it, that there's a housing there, and I'm going to just close that clamp again. So we are all good to go with step number 1 for preparing our cut. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. Step number 2 is preparing the smart vinyl. So it's telling me to just go ahead and push the vinyl underneath the rollers and it will be auto fed. This is one of the neatest tricks that I think this machine has, is that it has a little sensor on it. And as you push your material in, it's just going to feed it through for you. There's no button to actually have to press it. So I'm doing this backwards. This is how easy it is. So it's going to measure how much material I have. And I do have enough for this particular cut. If I was doing a longer cut, it would roll all the material through and then all the material back to tell me whether or not I have enough to complete my project. So that's a really fun feature as well. It makes sure that you don't start a cut that you can't finish. Okay, so if we go back to the computer screen here, you'll see that I'm just ready to go. I can start my cut. And so everything, like I mentioned earlier, there are no buttons on your Cricut Joy. Everything you do is in the design software, design space. So I'm going to go ahead and click go. And it's going to go ahead and start cutting. I'm going to switch back here so you guys can see it. So we're just going to cut out that bear figure that we chose for our first cut on this vinyl, and it's almost done. So now, if I go back to my computer screen, it says that my test cut is complete, and I'm going to click next, and then I'm going to click unload, because again, the unload button is just in the software and not on the machine itself. And that's it. That is how you set up your Cricut Joy. From there, I can just go ahead and take off my fun bear sticker vinyl here, my vinyl sticker, and just put it wherever I want. And then I can go and start designing. And it's really that simple. So basically all you do next is either get to your canvas and start adding shapes or images or whatever, or you can start with a ready-to-make project, which are projects that our designers have pre-made for you. And it makes it really easy because all you have to do is come in here and click on the type of card or the type of project you want to make, and you would just click Make It. And that will take you straight to what we call your map preview, where you can just stick it into your machine. It tells you what you need to do. This one calls for a card mat. And you make a fun project, and you really didn't have to do that much except for click a couple buttons. So that is your setup of your Cricut Joy machine and your first quick little project. So I think that's basically it. Let me go see if there are any other quick questions that I can answer for you guys. And if not, then I will sign off and let you guys contemplate what you are going to make. Let's see. Someone says, I have a maker. What's the benefit of Joy? I think that's Gina. Hopefully I said that correctly, your name. Gina, that is a really good question because I also have a maker and I have a Joy. What I really love about the Joy is it's so small and compact that one, if I'm going to do crafting somewhere other than my house, I can take it with me and do really quick, fun projects. Not to mention there are a couple benefits that the Joy has, which is you can cut longer lengths in vinyl and iron-on. So we have these lengths of like 20 feet in smart vinyl. So if you're going to do like a banner around your room or do a lot of individual cuts on vinyl or whatever, you can use the Joy machine to do those cuts. So it just has a couple of benefits over the maker, as well as the maker has a couple benefits over the Joy. They're just used for different things. I really enjoy using this machine for quick, small projects, especially because I don't need to use a mat for things like iron-on and vinyl because we have this smart vinyl and smart iron-on. So I can just stick it straight into the machine. It pops out what I want really fast. So it's really slick. I would say that if you like to craft a lot, and even if you don't like to craft a lot, I find use for both of them. Okay, let's see. What is another question that we have here? Is there a wall words template? Wendy asks. I'm guessing that that's if you want to put a decal on your wall. We have a lot of different designs in Design Space for decals. Definitely go check those out. As far as a template goes, I don't know that we have it necessarily a template per se, but we do have a lot of different designs that are just pre-made designs, so you can go and pick something that you like and cut it out and stick it on the wall. In fact, one of my favorite ones, especially for the Joy, is we have the ABCs in this very long banner, and so you can just cut that out in one go and stick it on your wall. It's so cute for, say, like a nursery or a child's room or like a teacher's classroom. Okay, let's see. Victoria says, I have both too. The Joy is a lot of fun, especially if you need a last-minute card. Yeah, I agree, Victoria. I use this for cards. I mean, I probably stopped using my maker for cards, and I use this primarily for cards because it's so slick and so easy. Obviously, the maker and the Air 2 can do more intricate cards, but this one just, if you need something real quick, you forgot it's someone's birthday, just pop that sucker in, you spits it out in like a minute, and you're done, and you're on your way. Okay, I think that's it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, but just before I do, I wanted to let you guys know that again, this is the Cricut 101. We're doing a lot of different videos to help you guys out and get you started crafting and creating. We know that, you know, just getting in and doing stuff can be a little bit intimidating. There's so much to learn. I was definitely in a beginner's shoes many years ago when you see all these amazing projects that are out on the internet or on Design Space, and you think to yourself, how am I ever going to make projects that look like that when I don't even know where to start? Well, we're here to help you figure out where to start. We're going to get you going, but the best thing you can do in wanting to learn how to use the Cricut and craft and make all these different projects is just dive in. I would say just playing around with the software is fun, enjoyable, and it helps you learn how to use the Cricut. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. One thing I always used to say with some friends and I that we used to craft a lot, we always say progress, not perfection. So as long as you're figuring out how to use it, even if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you're making progress and you're learning. So feel free to make mistakes. We're giving you permission to make mistakes, make ugly projects that then help you make beautiful projects in the future. So keep going, keep creating. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to learn more in our Cricut 101 series, and if you just want to stay up to date with everything Cricut in general. We're excited that you joined us today, and we hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.